Hello, this is Eric of Not Bio Studio, and today I'm reviewing the Maono PD100, and this is a super affordable XLR dynamic microphone. And the value proposition here is absolutely astounding. We have a user manual. We have XLR cables included with this. Well, one cable, as you can see right here. Silica. The situation to use this silica was a clear decision. And we also have, it looks like a boom pole extension of some sort, because this is regular connection for a boom pole or a desk mount. And here we have our microphone. It feels like it's made of, yes, it's made of metal, so is the stand. And if you want to take off the stand, since I do see it's a boom pole mount, it was kind of obvious that there's something happening here. And it's right here. I never used this. I never connected it. Didn't know it was included or options. Never read the manual. And here we have our adjustment for how loose or tight the microphone is. That's what the knob here is. So we can set it to the way we want, and then tighten it into spot. What you're hearing is a first time test of this particular microphone. It is a dynamic microphone, so you can use a cloud lifter with this. The volume level is fairly low, so using a booster will not be a problem. And in fact, I'd recommend doing that myself. Now, I'm using the Vocaster 2 with no lifter connected. I'm using the cable included with this microphone, so it can be done just fine as I'm doing right now. And what I want to test at this moment is how it sounds. You speak closely and far away. So this, by the way, is a dynamic microphone, which means you don't use phantom power, and is great for speak up close and rejecting sound. I actually have quite a bit of computer fan noise beside me. I just changed my parts, but yeah, we're going to get on to testing to the Zoom F3 where there's no sound through that. And of course, I'm going to turn my fans pretty much off shortly. Now let's hear how this sounds up close and far away. So right now we are about an inch off the mic. I'm probably plosiving to heck, but I don't know. Plosiving would mean that I'm blowing on the capsule and causing sound disturbance. But maybe this capsule is treated, and I don't know that. Like maybe it has some sort of foam inside. Let's go a little ways. We are now about 1 foot, right about here. We are 1 foot away from the microphone. How am I coming through? Now let's go a little further. Right now we are about 2 feet away from the microphone. How am I coming through? Right now I'm about 3 feet away from the microphone. Sure, you can't see me speaking here, but I'm trying to face towards the capsule at the correct angle. Let's see about noise rejection. Let's go around this microphone and find out. Testing mic 1 2 3. Testing mic 1 2 3. We're now 90 degrees. Testing mic 1 2 3. We are now at the back. Testing mic 1 2 3. Let's go back to the front and see how it is. And let's go down to the bottom and see how it rejects noise from the bottom. And let's go to the top of this microphone and let's go back to the main body. So let's go back from the front to the back right away and find out how am I coming through. Testing mic 1 2 3. Testing mic 1 2 3. And this was a noise rejection test. Body here. That's the boom arm. Instantly coming through. Now you can get shock mounts that do work with this. I'll show you right now. This is my Shure MV7X. A lot more expensive microphone than this, and I bought this shock mount specifically for that purpose, which this is going to work specifically for this microphone as well. So let's get this mounted. But before I do that, let's tap on this boom pole again and hear the difference. Now with the shock mount set up, and I see from the waveforms that was quite a bit quieter using this shock mount. And just to show what this shock mount is on camera, Here I applied a shock mount to this microphone, just like I would apply to any other microphone, and yeah, it works perfectly fine. And this way it would also get rid of any metal reverberation through the microphone base itself. So this is a great way to go with this microphone, especially this affordable option. The shock mount is quite affordable, this particular one. So how am I coming through with this situation? And if we heard any bounce back in audio, well, I'm sure we're not hearing it now. Right now I'm recording this in 32-bit float. How am I coming through? Now, one thing you want to do is find out how the noise floor is. This eliminates any hiss due to an audio interface. I turned the fans down on my PC. So now let's listen to the silence. Okay. So how was that? Now I want to connect this to its stand so we can see how it is when it's on its desk stand. We're now using a desk stand. What would you do? Hey! And of course I do wonder if I can go really, really loud, or how loud it can go without causing distortions to the audio. So now I'm just going to go really loud. I'll adjust the volume in post, but we want to hear if it distorts. Right now, I'm testing the microphone to see if it distorts. If I go really, really loud, and if I was singing, and if I would have the volume, reasonable volume levels. But if I'm loud, is it a problem? I don't know, and we both won't know till I play this back. We might have noticed there was a bit of plosive happening, and to protect that, I'm actually using the foam from the MV7. And if you use that foam, maybe this helps protect from that. And you could always use a pop filter. A pop filter would work great. And a pop filter, of course, would normally go in front of your capsule. But I do prefer the option of foam when I have that option because it looks nicer. One thing I want to test right now is dynamic range. That is where I go deep, deep sound and go louder and louder and louder and louder and higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and higher, higher. Shininess, and that is plastic here. So if you don't want it sliding on your desk, you want to remove those little plastic tips here, and you can see there are each one having some plastic to it. So we're now removing that, and now I'm going to stick it on my desk or my computer tower, wherever it's convenient that you can still see me with the microphone. So here is my desk. Awkward, yes, I know, but either way, the show must go on. But of course, with the rubber grip, it's not going to slide around. My desk slides around with me just pushing the stand around a little bit. So, yeah. I have both these mics, the Shure MV7X at $180 versus the Maono PD100 at $50 or even less. Either way, $50 versus $180 is a huge difference. We can get 3.5 of these microphones to every one of this Shure MV7X. So, let the competition begin. We're going to be recording on the Zoom F3 internal recording 32-bit float, and you're going to hear both of these. One's going to be right, one's going to be left channel. Now let's continue. We are now recording on the Zoom F3. You can see the recording light on, and I'll be separating these microphones and putting above which microphone you are listening to. Right here we have the MV7X. How am I coming through? And right here we have the Maono PD100. How am I coming through? Now let's do the same line and play back both microphones. The fox with socks jumped into the box. His fur shone like the sun. When the fox runs, he runs down, 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 down the darkish hole. How am I coming through on each of these different microphones? This one has modified foam that makes it sound better, and this one I added the foam to because Either one will plosive badly without some form of protection. Of course, having a pop filter in front of either of these, even at least a 2-inch one, would make a great difference. And that would help for any plosiving that would happen from breathing on the capsule. This is Eric of Not BIOS, and this is a test of each of these microphones. Preamp like this per se, Cloud Lifter you might have heard of, but this is the one that I have and that I use. And one like this, you would simply connect back here to the back end of this microphone, just like such, and then connect your XLR out here. Then what you're going to do is actually use phantom power, because this itself does not use phantom power, this microphone. It's a dynamic microphone, condensers do, but a preamp can take advantage of the 48 volts phantom power and convert it for more volume. In this way, you can get decent volume without paying a fortune for your audio interface. However, this does cost probably just as much, if not more, than the microphone itself. So what you can do as well for an audio interface is you could get the AM100, not the 200. The 100 is actually a higher end from Maono. It actually uses a sound card, so it actually boosts the volume rate up. But if you're looking for like really pristine audio, you're going to get something more like the Vocaster 2. Right now I'm using this with the preamp, and we can hear the volume that's coming from this microphone. I'm going to stay about the same distance away and take off this preamp, leave the volume exactly the same, just turn off the 48 volts phantom power to the preamp, because this is a dynamic microphone and you don't want phantom power, but a preamp uses the phantom power. So listen to how loud I am right now. And now let's remove that preamp. It's almost like this thing's not even working because it's so much quieter, because I'm using this now without a preamp. You probably can barely hear me. And that is a difference between using a preamp and not using a preamp. What a freaking difference. And this volume is going to be all boosted based upon the actual loudest volume and normalized together as one clip. Amazing value. Right now I'm recording directly to my digital camera out from my Vocaster 2. So this audio is not going to be the same quality as the rest of this recording. I'm not recording to PC this time. What are your thoughts on this particular microphone? Leave your comments down below. This is Eric of Not BIOS Studio. Thanks for watching and have yourselves a most wonderful day. And by the way, if you're wondering about other items, I have this to review, this to review, this still to review. That's professional movie studio grade lavalier. So yeah, there's a lot. Oh yeah, and I also have this to review as well. This is the SE8 from SE Electronics. And I've been using actually that microphone a lot on this, doing my different videos. In fact, the intro of that video, this video, right here before I open this, was the SE8. What do you think of that too as well? Pretty cool, isn't it? Now this one is not going to be out of the scene microphone, because you notice up close, dynamic microphones are really good for being up close and personal. Now the one thing that these kind of microphones are good for, a dynamic microphone, is rejecting a lot of the background sounds. I'm actually dinging pretty loud on this desk. And just to show you, right now I'm facing me. I'll go towards that in a moment. What do you think of the difference? Yeah. So this is going to reject the sound of the background around you quite a bit more than other microphones. But again, it's an up close and personal microphone. So if you want something up close and personal that works really well for a good price, well, here you go.